An albatross's story. On a September afternoon, on a remote island, a baby albatross hatched from its shell. A thick, soft, downy coat covered the chubby body of the albatross chick. It was completely dependent on the care of its two albatross parents. The father and mother albatross took turns making multi-day trips to find food. An albatross can fly thousands of miles over the sea just to find food for its young. The baby albatross waited patiently, looking out at the vast ocean. Many months passed, and the body of the baby albatross was now nearly as large as its parents. The adult flight feathers had replaced the downy coat of the albatross. It was time for the albatross to face its biggest challenge, the first flight. It stood on the edge of a high cliff, looking down at the fierce waves. Instinct urged the albatross to trust its wings. With a brave leap, the young albatross launched itself into the air. At first, the wings of the albatross beat clumsily and in a panic. It faltered, nearly falling into the sea, a critical moment for the albatross. But then, a strong gust of wind lifted the wings of the albatross. It felt the power of the wind, the companion of the albatross species. It began to spread its wings, gliding gently through the air. The albatross had flown. It had become a creature of the sky. An extreme joy filled the heart of the young albatross. It had left the island, beginning the solitary life of an albatross on the ocean. It would spend the next several years wandering the vast seas. A young albatross will not return to land for a very long time. It learned to master the winds, a skillful art of the albatross species. It swooped along the waves, using the technique of dynamic soaring. This technique allows an albatross to fly with almost no flapping. The long, narrow wings of the albatross are perfectly designed for gliding. It can even sleep while flying, an incredible ability of the albatross. It learned to hunt on the sea's surface, catching squid and small fish. The sharp, hooked beak of the albatross helps it snatch its prey. The life of an albatross is one of absolute freedom. It has flown across distant oceans, witnessing foreign lands. This albatross has weathered even the most terrifying ocean storms. Resilience is an indispensable quality of an albatross. After nearly 10 years of wandering, an ancient call arose in the albatross. It was time for it to return. The albatross had to find its way back to where it was born. It began the great migratory journey back to its home island. The memory and navigational instinct of the albatross species are a mystery. The albatross flew without rest, crossing thousands of miles. The albatross felt a powerful urge upon seeing its homeland. It landed at the breeding ground, where thousands of other albatrosses had gathered. Now, the albatross was mature and ready to find a mate. It began to perform a complex and beautiful courtship dance. The albatross held its head high, called out resonantly, and spread its wings wide. A female albatross was attracted by its performance. The two albatrosses performed a synchronized dance together. They touched their beaks together, an act showing the bond of the albatross species. This albatross had found the partner it would stay with for life. The faithfulness of the albatross species is one of its most admirable traits. The albatross pair would build a simple nest together. The female albatross would then lay a single egg, and our albatross had now become a father. It would once again begin the long trips for food, a responsibility of the albatross. It would fly across the ocean, bringing food back for the next albatross generation. The life cycle of the albatross is an epic of endurance. It is a story of journeys and homecomings. The albatross took off again, its giant wings embracing the wind. It is the soul of the sea winds, an albatross. It glides over the waves, an image of freedom and pride. The existence of the albatross species reminds us of the grandeur of nature. It is one of the most impressive birds on the planet, the albatross. Though thousands of miles away, the heart of the albatross is always with its family. It is a navigator without equal, an albatross. Its life is a song of wandering and loyalty. When its duty is done, the albatross will return to the island. It will once again care for the baby albatross with its mate. The legacy of an albatross is written by its flights. The story of the albatross species is a legend of the ocean. It is a symbol of strength and resilience against the wind and waves. And in the vast sky above, the albatross is still flying. It is an eternal traveler, the albatross. The journey of the albatross will never end.